Hey guys, and welcome back to the Gradient Show. It is the usual trio today of me, Rue, and Henry. How you boys doing?
Yeah, very good, thanks, mate. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Henry?
Good.
I'm alive, I'm good, I'm feeling happy. We've got some very interesting stuff to talk about this week that I can't wait to talk about.
What do you want to say what it is?
No, I thought you'd want to do it. You're the host.
I'll say it.
Yeah, you say it. Why not you say it? Go
Yeah,
on.
we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. in
Yes.
Today's podcast.
And
which,
later on as well, a bit of Robert Downey Jr.
yeah, we're going to be discussing
mention
some
that.
of the
Mention that
most
later.
recent announcements.
I feel like we should have said, like, we'll talk about the next Avengers film and then not said the actor and try and... Ooh, this
Why
guy's-
would we do that?
Done now, isn't it? So,
Spoilers as well, by the way.
Well, yeah,
yes,
because-
heavy spoilers. for
Heavy
Deadpool and Wolverine.
heavy spoilers.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, Robert Downey Jr. is doing a thing, so
He's doing Doom.
he's doing Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
We'll get into that. We'll get
Yeah,
into
we'll
that.
get to that.
Sorry, yeah.
But let's talk about the most recent and relevant thing.
Yeah. Ladies first.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Into it.
Thanks,
Do you want to
mate.
speak into the microphone as well?
Well, I wasn't expecting to go first, so I put the microphone down.
He's got a nice trim today, at least.
He does.
This has been...
Very similar to yours.
It is.
Yeah. But just like...
I'm not...
I'm
That
not-
was
good.
You got your partings are on either side.
My part's usually in the middle, but I haven't really... a bit bedheady. I just
Yeah.
have a nap. Just for
And I've got my mullet cut now as well, nice.
yeah, no one asked.
Do you want to get the fuck out
So-
of the studio then? started off strong.
So, Deadpool Wolverine.
Oof.
This is the most fun I've had in the cinema. In fact, it's the first time I've been to the cinema in quite a long time.
Same.
I feel like I saw it, I thought, I've got to see it in the cinema. I went and saw it in the cinema, and it was the most fun I've had in a long, long time.
I think a credit to it is the fact that I went with my parents, and they actually
You're brave.
enjoyed it as well. Like
Yeah.
there has to be a credit there because my dad falls asleep during like Captain America and stuff.
Mm.
Just doesn't get it.
No.
But he was sat there laughing throughout the whole thing and came out and like was quoting it and stuff. Like
I think it's a very accessible film.
yeah, it's not your typical Marvel movie.
I still don't understand how it's a 15.
How it wasn't an 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mum
I'm
was
still-
covering her eyes.
I'm still
It's mental.
like now, like the films now, like in about 10 years' time, that'll be a 12.
Oh, 100%.
I think the ratings is just so silly. Like there's blood. There's nothing else you could add to it to make it an 18.
No, I mean sex,
Yeah,
full blown sex.
and drugs.
There was a mention of it though.
Yeah.
Well, but he mentioned it in a way that it was like,
but drug,
we're not
but
going to
drug,
mention it.
drug, well,
I
anyway.
guess it probably was drugs and sex mostly.
There was actual cocaine in the last one, and this time there was...
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
and the last one was
we
only
can't
15
mention.
as well.
Yeah.
Was it 15 last one?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
18.
I think if it showed genitalia, it probably would become an 18.
Yeah.
The scene in the last one.
The
where
last one did.
Yeah.
Where he kind of uncrossed his
It's not an
legs.
18.
Oh yeah.
Deadpool 2 and it's
Baby balls.
Oh yeah. This is like a tiny. Oh my god. Yeah. I forgot about that. Thanks for putting that picture back in my brain.
yeah, it's just fucking yeah.
Oh, God. So, obviously, this is a very accessible movie.
Yes.
And everybody found something funny from it.
Yeah.
But there was some fan service. I felt just the right amount. Perfect.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
perfect.
perfect.
Because
level.
it was the only cameos that were in there were relevant to the
Mm.
Fox universe. Because you had some members of the spoilers. You had members of like the X-Men,
Mhm.
the Blade, Elektra.
Blade was the one.
Blade
Blade was the one where I went, oh my
Gambit.
God, I physically went.
Nah, I went to Gambit. Because I've been waiting for a Channing Tatum Gambit film for so long. Never
He
gonna
did
happen.
so well.
He was
as
great.
well.
He was
Yeah,
great.
it was good.
The accent was perfect.
The
like,
accent was hilarious.
the suit was so... Comic accurate
No,
suits.
it looks shit, but that's the point. Like,
no,
Nah,
but that's
I
what...
think-
It's comic accurate. I
I know
think
it's comic
yeah, it's
accurate.
comic accurate,
I know
yeah.
it's comic
Kinda
accurate,
goofy.
and he
That's
looks
what I
exactly like the fan fiction.
fiction.
I guess
I
it's
do
fan
think that my only it's not
My
really a valid criticism, but my only point on Gambit is that he was a little bit too
comic book accurate.
hench.
Well, it's Channing Tatum. Isn't it?
That's why it's
Yeah.
fine. Like so, it's fine. Like I completely.
He
but I
can't
wasn't like
slim down that much. Can
no,
he?
no. But I think Gambit's normally a little bit thinner, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. He's a lot thinner.
Yeah.
A lot thinner.
But it's not criticism. It's just an observation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just the actor that was picked is just huge anyway.
Incredibly huge.
Yeah. And when you put on a suit like that, it's just going to make him look bigger.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult.
It's like he's already filled out, and then he put on a thick, big suit.
yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, let's start. I guess let's start off with the cameos. I think we should try and go chronologically.
So the first one was my favourite one.
Johnny
Go on.
Storm.
No.
No,
before
it was the Wolverines.
Oh yeah.
The
Yeah.
Wolverines.
The
The
montage.
5'3" comic book accurate hairy.
He wasn't 5'3". He was like 4 foot.
No, but I'm pretty sure he was 5'3".
No. In the comics he is, but like that
Yeah.
was an exaggeration.
And,
that was
and he was
definitely
still
an
taller than my girlfriend, so you know that's fun.
I thought she wasn't your girlfriend. She might be by the time this comes
Yeah,
out.
give it
I
another-
know she's watching.
This is out Saturday.
Who knows? Anyway,
I know she's watching, and therefore I want you to know that you're very, very short.
very nice. Yeah,
Fair
so
I'm in the doghouse later.
I told Rue today that obviously you were seeing someone,
I didn't
and he
take
said,
long for it to come up, did it?
he said, let's not bring it up. I said Henry will, and guess what?
Yeah, you did.
And he did.
Very good. Very good.
I'm hoping this doesn't
no.
age badly.
It won't age badly. It'll be fine.
Sorry, that was a bit mean.
I really hope it's fine. No, what was I going to say? The first cameo. Big man of my own name and nature. Henry Cavill.
He wasn't the first cameo.
He was the first cameo. Because you can't count the Wolverines as a cameo. Up
Yeah.
at the end.
You
you
literally
can.
can because they're different
Well, I
renditions
liked,
of Wolverine.
yeah, I like the
Patch was funny.
Patch was
the
cool.
Age of Apocalypse.
The Apocalypse
Wolverine was
one
funny.
with the
With the
cut off
missing
part. It just went
hand.
mental.
Or the orange and I prefer the orange and yellow.
That
And
suit-
then
that
the, and then
suit
the
looks so
classic,
cool, yeah.
the most famous probably Wolverine. Like
Was he
style.
wearing the mask in that bit? Because now I
No.
can't
No.
remember in the
No,
mask.
he wasn't.
No.
But then
They saved the mask just for us.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll come on to the mask. But
Yeah,
no, but
with the Hulk as well.
then the Hulk cameo.
I didn't even see him in the claws. When he turned around and you could see the back of him, I saw, oh my god, it's Hulk. I didn't know, but you can see him in the claws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
reflection. Yeah.
because that's taken from a
The front
comic
comic
book
cover.
cover.
Mm.
I would have liked to see Hulk beat the crap out of Deadpool.
But he kind of flings him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like he kind of gets
I
flinged.
think that's the
into a
point though. It's
portal.
not a Deadpool Hulk film.
Yeah,
They needed to brush past that because I
Yeah.
do. That was one of the things that it did take quite a while to get going.
Mm. The first half was a bit slower, but
I
think
enjoyed it.
needed
It was still
though.
good.
Yeah,
I think it needed it, but at the same time, I was like, so the cameos were fun and I really enjoyed them.
obviously, yeah.
But
obviously
it would have been with the Wolverine cameos. I
Yeah.
think having Hugh Jackman play every single one of them was great fun. Don't get me wrong, but I think it was like we spent too long bouncing through.
Obviously, we did get him.
We did, yeah. That was
Which
incredible.
was
That was
amazing.
awesome. And then
Oh, yeah, it was
the
like-
Mission
that was so
Impossible,
random.
boom, to get the claws
And he
out.
reloads. He reloads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
reloads
like,
his arm.
oh.
Gets the claws out.
Yeah,
That was
very
great.
cool.
Yeah.
It was-
I think
He's still jacked. Jesus Christ.
That's one thing that Marvel's done recently that I'm quite pleased with is they've given us our kind of fantasy. So he's given us Mr. Fantastic played by John Krasinski.
Mhm.
They've given us this Wolverine by Henry Cavill. They've given us Gambit by Channing Tatum.
yeah, they have
Like-
actually. They've done well with that.
We've touched on it. We've seen what they would look like, and then we'll move on to whoever does it.
Yeah,
next.
they're basically almost like showing that they look cool, they won't really work, but here you go.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
actually, I think it's a good way of touching
I
it.
agree with that.
yeah.
I
Like,
agree.
the only one is John Krasinski. I think would still work.
Oh, 100%.
I think he'd be,
I would-
think
I
he would be
still-
sick.
Yeah,
Him and what's her face Blunt, Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt would be.
Yeah, I
That would
really,
have been.
my headcanon is that in that universe, Emily Blunt is
Yeah.
Storm.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
But
now
what I would also say-
newly widowed.
Yes.
Those two actors may not have worked in the kind of 60s style that they
Yeah,
wanted
they
to go
would've.
for.
They
100%.
would have.
Yeah.
I felt that you would have, if you'd done them,
They're
you would
both
have done like.
phenomenal actors.
You've seen
Oh,
you've seen him
100%.
as Jim Halpert. Like I think you could see a Jim Halpert from the '60s kind of
Maybe, but like,
awkward and.
if you wanted John Krasinski and Sue Storm, you'd want them in the wearing the suits. they
We'll
were
get
wearing.
into
Anyway,
Fantastic Four. in a
Sorry,
bit.
yeah.
Well,
No,
now,
that's
if
all right.
anything, we kind of move on to the next big cameo,
Yeah,
which was Johnny Storm.
I wasn't expecting that at
and,
all.
and me and Rue spoke about the fact that we kind of got spoiled.
I stumbled upon a spoiler before it came, which I was like I was a bit disappointed. But the only reason that I didn't really mind because when I was expecting it to just be a like the Wolverine cameos. This
Yeah.
was just a 2-second thing,
Mm.
but he actually had a role.
Yeah.
So that's why I was less bothered about having that spoiled because I was in the film. I was like, oh, he's actually contributing to
Yeah.
the film.
I did like the here we go, and then flame on.
Yeah, that was fun.
that was very
That was
good.
good. I mean, we all knew what was going to actually happen, but I think
Some people didn't. Some people.
No, some
actually
people
had a clue.
yeah,
Some people just like, oh, it's Captain America. I'm like, nah.
yeah.
I
Because
think
the Captain America would be like, I got this. He wouldn't say that.
No, I
I,
like.
knew it was Johnny. Even though I obviously had it spoiled, I would have been able to tell if I.
I mean, we called the beard as well. Do you remember we spoke about how he should have a beard? 'Cause
Yeah.
when he's found in this
in the void, yeah.
the void, and we got it basically
We
spot
nailed
on.
it. All I didn't see anything. I just knew he was in it.
Yeah.
So based on the information,
Then we then kind of like guessed what he was going to be,
yeah.
and then we
God, his
thought,
death was a bit fucking much,
Oh
though,
my
wasn't it?
God,
ripped his skin off.
oh, and then just the way
And
his
but, like, he's
body
blinked.
mushes,
He blinked
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And then
just mush. Oh,
It was
I didn't. I kind of like. I was a bit sad that was the way you went,
I think
'Cause, like,
yeah,
'cause-
it could have been a bit more heroic, not
'cause-
just Deadpool. Like
because it would have. I wouldn't have minded it if he'd died when he'd fallen and snapped his, somehow didn't die from snapping his neck.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
That was
I thought
purely
he
for a
dead.
gag. It's purely for a gag.
He's also like, he's not, even though he didn't use his powers at that exact moment, like he's still like Johnny Storm. Like he's not just going to die from a fall, from fall damage.
No, but it would have been quite funny if that was it.
Like Duke can withstand. If Duke could fly into a star, I'm sure he'll do with like land falling 40 feet.
Yeah, but then I do think that the whole gag of him, you know, swearing and insulting Cassandra Nova was purely because everyone knows Chris Evans as Captain America, who doesn't, he's like language.
It's not swearing, yeah.
And then they kind of made Johnny Storm the character where he is the polar opposite in that sense.
Yeah.
Still Mr. Heroic. I didn't like the way that Pyro could take away his flames. That's not Pyro's powers.
Well, it was in the X-Men films.
I
No,
know,
he can manipulate fire. He can't absorb it.
He can't absorb it.
But you can manipulate.
He's not. He is not impervious to flames. The whole point.
But
of Pyro,
we saw in X2 when Rogue grabs his leg and steals his powers. She then, and the flames stopped.
Yeah,
she did. Yeah,
she did.
Actually, that's
I know.
fair.
I understand that.
I forgot that. So
I just
yeah,
doesn't mean I like it.
No, but it,
Like
it,
the whole
but
point of
it's-
Pyro, in the comics, is he's one of the big things is he can't create his own flames and he's not impervious to flames. He's like lamplighter in
he can't. Yeah,
in The Boys.
But it's not like he was impervious to the flames. He was.
Yeah, but
pulling
then
them out of
it's like the whole point is he's not impervious to flames and then he just absorbed them. That kind of like
He didn't absorb them. He just he stuffed
did
them in
by
his hand.
definition.
He
He
did
did.
absorb them. They went. Yeah, he did absorb them.
Yeah. That's the only thing I didn't like.
Yeah,
And then
I
also, Johnny Storm's too powerful for that to be the way that he
Yeah.
uses his flames.
Yeah.
Like, he produces flames himself. They wouldn't run out.
Yeah, he would just be doing that infinitely.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and he's almost as hot as the sun. Like, that was my only pet peeve with that personally.
I mean, Chris Evans is a very attractive actor. To be fair, I don't blame you for.
What?
It was a bad joke. Don't worry about it. I forgot any for you.
What?
Where did you get that? Where did
Because
that
you went
come
like
from?
Johnny Storm is very hot or something like that. and I just went,
Oh, bro! Sometimes your jokes just don't.
Oh,
land.
whoosh. Didn't even take off.
Yeah.
I tried. But
I
yeah,
appreciate the effort.
I thank you.
That's
appreciate
alright.
that.
That's alright.
But I mean, with Johnny Storm, like, it's a shame that was your spoiler because I feel like everybody had one. I got lucky because my the character I had spoiled was B-15, and I feel like that's fair. I don't really care
Yeah,
about
fair.
that. Like, I didn't get spoiled on anything else. But like Johnny Storm's a
I
bit
didn't know
of a
about
shit
B-15.
one.
It
I
made
don't-
sense that she'd show up though.
Agreed. Yeah.
Also,
100%.
I don't care. We'll move through the cameos now.
Yeah,
So-
we'll go through chronologically.
Obviously,
any more?
we've got a
Yeah, there's
bunch of
some
X-Men
stuff.
characters.
Some of them recast.
Cassandra Cain.
They're not from the original. They're not from Deadpool's universe.
No.
Is there any ones that were the same? Because it was Toad, who I think was Ray Park.
Toad was
Toad
the
was
same.
legit. Obviously,
Uh,
Pyro was the same.
Oh,
Pyro
Pyro.
was the same. That was it.
Obviously, a different Juggernaut.
Yep.
The way that he died as well was with his ankles being sliced and then just fall. I was like, oh god,
Jesus.
that was
Graphic.
What?
Not
Yeah.
15. It's not 15, mate.
Was it
my
the
mum.
same-
My mum was like, how is that 15?
I'm the same.
It's mental.
It doesn't bother me, but
No.
like the gore doesn't bother me. It's just like this.
It doesn't affect
There's-
us because we
This,
still would have
when I was 15, like
that
I'm
would,
not.
that would traumatise someone.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think there are a lot of 15-year-olds out there that would not be able to absorb that and
No.
be okay. But then again, I don't know if that's just me being overly
Yeah.
sensitive.
At least it wasn't a 12. Like,
Yeah.
the 12 would be ridiculous. 15's like, it's a bit dodgy, but like, you
Should have been
kinda
an
get away
18.
with it.
Yeah, should have been 18.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that kind of, especially if you're watching it in the cinema, the first scene of the intro just
So
sets
good.
the tone
That was
for
the
the
best-
whole
That's
movie.
the best intro of any Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
just
good. And the dance as well.
yeah.
It's just
Actually,
like-
to be fair, the first cameo was the skeleton of Logan.
yeah,
That's actually the first cameo.
yeah.
Because
Um,
we were all like, you've got to be respectful of Logan. You've got to be respectful
They did it.
of
I
Logan.
don't think they disrespected him.
No, I know.
I think because they didn't actually bring back.
If he'd been alive, then yeah.
Yeah.
If they brought that version of Logan back, I'd been livid. I would have
Yeah.
been pretty annoyed. But
Yeah.
like, I find it quite amusing.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
interesting
But
though
it's
that
like-
they're in the same universe because that wasn't touched on before,
Uh,
and it was never stated before.
Yeah. So it was stated
Was
that Logan took place outside of the X-Men
usual.
comics, but I think that they canonized it.
Yeah, basically.
So I think, but basically, I saw that there's now technically 2 Wolverines alive in Deadpool's universe because Deadpool time traveled to 2029 to get Logan's body,
Mm.
but Deadpool and Wolverine takes place in 2025.
Mm.
So
But also then, how did it change so much in 5 years?
Because he was in Texas. Wolverine was in Texas. Deadpool was in the middle of a city.
Also, I don't think the Wolverine that's been brought across is Wolverine. I'm pretty sure he's just chilling. Him and Laura.
He's just Logan, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's just chilling.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite how they. I think also they don't care if it works anymore because it's a Fox universe.
It's done now.
Yeah, I don't think they care. They were just like put it in the same universe, makes it more interesting. Like,
Probably because it's not chronological. It's just that
Also, like, he hopped... Yeah.
stories have gone up to this point with this logo, and now
Yeah.
stories going to go on with this other logo.
and it'd be quite an interesting thing that actually him time traveling caused the Logan timeline.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's dead.
That's one way of saying
And,
it.
and then,
Scattered
and
about
then his
in a
whole
field.
skeleton used to
Oh
slaughter
my God, that was such a
so
good scene.
many
Oh.
new TVA agents as well.
Somebody tried to say on I think it was on Twitter. Somebody tried to say on Twitter that it was like the best intro since Black Widow, and I just went
Since Black Widow.
exactly like because it's not
I
a
actually,
bad
I actually
intro.
do think the intro for Black Widow is pretty good.
It's
I
all
know,
right,
but it's not-
But it's not this. It's nowhere near.
No, it's nowhere near.
this.
No.
But somebody tried to like compare it, and I was like, oh, you are yeah.
No, this is like Guardians 1. level,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the dancing around in a
Mm.
squishy planet.
And I love the fact that it was like he'd just be dancing for just at certain points and then just cut into murdering.
Well, it turns out it was a different actor in that.
I knew
It was,
obviously it was
yeah.
a different actor.
I thought it was him from to begin
No,
with.
you could tell this. He can't. No offense to Ryan Reynolds, I'm not sure he can dance like that.
He's 45.
Yeah.
I'd love to see.
I was-
Having said that, Hugh Jackman's like nearly 60,
Jesus, yes,
and
yeah.
at the end,
He looks
I wasn't
unreal.
expecting to see.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to see shirtless Wolverine. To be fair,
Oh, he looks.
That
he's
was,
so
also,
much
I loved my dad found this really funny where it was, the real life takeoff was ever since the divorce he's put on the pounds, that's why he doesn't take the shirt off anymore.
yeah, and then
And then obviously at the end,
top of the fuck, Jesus Christ.
my
that's so
mum
good.
giggled at that. It was very funny because it was just
Dude,
like,
had like a 14 pack.
yeah, it was ridiculous.
Crazy man.
Yeah, he obviously did his usual
Yeah,
dehydrated.
just doesn't eat or drink for like 4 days. Yeah,
Yeah.
that scene was definitely the first scene they shot.
Oh,
100%.
100%.
100%.
Because
think
he
it
looked
was-
skinnier than he
He
did
did,
throughout the
yeah,
whole
I
movie.
completely agree with that.
Do we think that he's ever gonna stop doing this? Because I reckon they're gonna keep
He's
him
co-
out
he's
until
coming back.
Until
90.
you're 90.
I think
I genuinely think that might happen.
I think Hugh Jackman's coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they wouldn't. I
100%.
don't think they'd have put him in if he wasn't.
Secret Wars. Secret Wars.
I think that like this was in no way, shape or form another send off for Hugh Jackman.
No.
And, I genuinely believe.
Because they developed
Otherwise
a
they
new
would
character.
have-
They developed a new character.
Exactly.
and I think that I really like the line that B-15 used. I'm going to paraphrase because I can't quite remember it, but she was like, "We can't reset your universe because the stuff that happened in Logan's past made him the person he is." now."
Yes, which I
And
agree
was
with.
I
Yeah.
like that. It was a nice little. Like,
It's a good arc.
it was kind of a real line as opposed to
Yeah.
just being random superhero crap.
No,
Like,
it makes sense.
It was you
Like, it
can
makes
relate
sense.
to it.
Yeah.
We didn't
Which is
really,
rare for a Marvel film, I think.
We didn't really see any of the original or the remake X-Men cast. Not like the main
Oh,
main
like
That
the
was intentional, though.
first
I'm
class.
pretty sure.
first class or the original ones. Like we didn't see any like original X-Men. So
Yeah.
what I'm kind of thinking is going to happen
Oh, I
is
see.
we're gonna in Secret Wars we're gonna get all these different teams and all these different universes. So we'll see Fancy Johnson or whatever her name is, the original
Famke
Jean Grey.
Johnson.
Yeah, and you
Famke
see
Janssen, sorry.
Jansen,
Jansen.
sorry. And then you've got what's his face, Scott. You're going to see Beast.
I
We've
think-
already seen Beast. We'll see him
I
again.
think,
I think-
it's also
I
a
think we're
massive
getting-
scheduling thing as well.
I think we're getting
Yeah.
3 universes in Secret Wars. I think we're getting the Fantastic Four universe.
Mhm.
We're getting the MCU and we're getting Deadpool's universe.
I'd love to see
Those are
them
the 3
try and
universes I think we're
do.
getting.
I'd love to see them try and do more than that and try and do 97.
No, I'm saying like minimum.
Oh yeah, minimum. Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with that. I'm hoping they try and do like the original X-Men in all black, like they were, and then you got the Wolverine we've just seen.
We can't have 97 though, because the thing is, it's like across the Spider-Verse, we got a canon version from the MCU of the Prowler, who's live action mixed in with the animated. So if they come into Secret Wars, they have to continue being animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's just not gonna. People aren't gonna want to see
No.
that.
I was to be fair. I wasn't gonna kind of say that we should have them animated. I was gonna say have them unanimated. But
then
do
that
like
breaks.
fantasy
How can you
casting.
cast that?
That breaks the
fantasy.
consistency.
Who do
Yeah.
people want to see, and you do that. You
Well,
have
no, I don't
Wolverine
think that
played
would
by.
work.
I think that would work. I think that would work in a situation like with Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness, where they flew through loads of universes and one of them was an animated one,
Yeah.
and they became animated. Because I think
But I think that's more to do with her powers. That they change with the universe than
Who's
what's it?
America's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Chavez.
the wristbands, because if you notice, yeah, I don't really know. I think the wristbands keep you in your
State.
state,
Mm.
but if you take it off,
Maybe.
you've become. Oh, who knows? They obviously haven't really thought about this.
No,
Realistically,
no.
let's be honest.
Oh,
Well,
There's no point in us talking about it.
oh my god, I can't remember. My brain's just gone. Really important point. First time I ever mentioned it. You know how Logan died. What was
Anchor
he?
being.
Anchor being.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
I find given how time works in the universe and then outside of the universe, I'm like, technically he's always been dead.
Yeah.
And he's
Exactly.
always been alive.
Exactly.
So how can the TVA go all of a sudden
No.
he's now dead?
It's because I think the anchor being can change depending on the heroics. Because obviously, I'm pretty sure Deadpool's now the anchor being for that universe. Because obviously,
Yeah, they did. Yeah, no, they made him the anchor being. Yeah.
So I think it's to do with heroic acts.
No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like, so we exist outside of the TV. We exist in the TVA. We have access to all of time. We can like, there's no specific point in time that we're following along. We can just choose anywhere.
No, because
That means that-
there is a linear path in
TVA
all of this. There is a linear movement. That's why you have different versions of the TVA, because there is a linear timeline that is moved with the movies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
So-
I guess that
kind
makes
of,
sense. Actually, yeah.
So
Yeah, that
it's-
does make sense.
There is a timeline that they follow, and they still like go through like they have it like life experience.
I guess if they go back to the present of the TVA, they'd be linked up with.
the
but
present
then-
of the MCU.
So why is the present of the TVA after Logan dies in 2029?
Because
And why do they grab Deadpool from 2024? Yeah, that's the point
Yeah,
I'm making. Is
but
weird.
I also don't think we'll see that. I don't think they'll talk about anchor beings again. I don't think
They
we'll
will
ever.
100%.
You
Peter
don't-
Parker's the anchor being of the MCU.
What, so you think they're going to kill him off and then the MCU's going to start to die?
No, I'm saying they're not going to kill him off because he's the anchor being.
Mhm.
I also think that it was kind of also in a way a bit of a gag.
Yeah.
The point
Yeah.
of it was Logan's the anchor being, this universe is dying, which is like meta for saying the Wolverine's no longer here, so
Exactly.
no films in this universe
Yeah.
have ever been.
Oh, it was
successful
a
since.
meta.
It was a gag, yeah.
Yeah,
But like,
but I
I do
also
think
think
you
it's a
can't just
Deadpool
make a
gag.
gag and not canonize it. Like,
Well, I think it was also because they were saying that that's the best Fox movie, right? So they're kind of saying like they've had that best movie, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was definitely the best movie,
Oh.
without like
Yeah.
not even close to.
But as a
anything else.
movie, yeah, I'd say
It was.
I really enjoyed this one.
I rewatched
This
actually.
one, I was talking about Logan, but yeah.
No, so Logan's probably the best overall movie
Mm.
as a standalone movie.
This is the best one in the Marvel universe since
Yeah,
Endgame, and I
No. I think Guardians 3 is better.
Guardians 3 is fun.
But like I do again, it is definitely in that bracket. It's
But
definitely.
I'd
in that
also
bracket.
say I'd put Guardians 3 in the same picture, all the Guardians films kind of as one kind of collection.
I think that's fair.
But I'd put them. I'd
Yeah,
put
Guardians
those
is
three-
It's a very pre-Endgame story
Yeah.
actually. The way that it's told.
Thing is, if you're
Just
talking
'cause
about
it's good.
Marvel
Yeah.
films, like MCU films overall, I'd still put Deadpool. Maybe not first, but I'd put Deadpool 3 like very high
Yeah, I think
on
that's
that
fair.
list.
Top 10.
100%.
Do you think this has helped save a bit of the MCU?
I don't think it. I don't think it has. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it was very good,
Mm.
and I think as its own entity, it slapped. But because I was expecting I was expecting them to be a little bit more integrated into the MCU at the end of it. But actually, what happened is the events of the film happened, and then they just went back to how they were at the beginning of the
Which
film.
I actually prefer.
Maybe so, but then it's just not part of the MCU.
But
Like
they know-
it might have a Marvel Studios logo slapped on it, but like
yeah,
there's no
this was
interaction.
never
with the
going to
MCU.
be. No, it was never going to be that though. Let's be honest.
No, it should have been because the whole point is like it's. I don't know. I feel like because it's not directly connected with the MCU, we can't. It cannot be considered as part of that story.
But it's a continuation or a conclusion of a set of films that weren't anything to do with the MCU.
Exactly.
story.
So we can't say that it's
All we can
improved
say-
the MCU.
No, but all we can say is that
I
the
meant-
MCU
I-
know
I
that it's
didn't mean
there.
like as
I know you're
in-
talking about quality.
Yeah,
like
I'm
quality,
talking
quality of
about
the film.
quality of film.
I would say one film's not going to say that I need to see another one like it.
Yes. Thing is, though, I think the big thing with the MCU since Endgame is we've had good movies. We've had Spider-Man 3, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, it was banging. Yeah.
We've had
Guardians
Guardians
3 and
we've had
Deadpool
Deadpool
3.
3.
The
Like
trilogy.
we have had some really good movies. But they're more they haven't really affected the MCU.
Yeah, the
any.
MCU's just kind of sat there.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a change of that in
That's-
Cap
yeah.
4.
Which is what I think they're trying to do. They're trying to change.
Cap 4
I
will
think-
change stuff.
I think
100%.
well, I think with No Way Home, it was multiversal, so it didn't
Mm.
really include any of the outer MCU characters. Same with Deadpool 3, and Guardians wasn't on Earth.
Yeah.
It was just Guardians, and I think that's where they thrive when they're not trying to be
Yeah.
like a connected universe where you've got things like She-Hulk first pops to mind when they're connecting Daredevil. Then when you've got like the Marvels, I was like yeah, it wasn't actually like as bad as everybody says,
No.
but I just think that it tried too hard, got over connected, and ended up just becoming a bit sort of spaghetti. And because of that, because these things are so heavily connected, because these films are so heavily connected, it's so difficult to separate the quality from individual ones.
Mm.
You know, you've got one really good film that's connected to one really bad one. Okay, well, you're going to conclude that they are both just okay.
Yeah.
Both of them. You
Mm.
can't be like, you can't take them, you can't separate from each other.
Mm.
That's why I think the ones that have done really well, so basically, I saw another thing as well. Deadpool and Wolverine dealt with the multiverse the same way that Doctor Strange should have done. Because Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, they flew through several universes, didn't do anything, and then killed off an entire team from one universe. And Deadpool and Wolverine handled it so well, the way that they actually picked characters that we all care about, even though they weren't actually from the same universe, and some of them weren't even the same actors.
Yeah.
We still cared about them,
Yeah.
and they had barely no screen time. It's just their presence. Whereas I was like, yeah, John Krasinski I cared about, Peggy Carter I cared about,
Yeah.
but like not enough, because we were in some random ass universe that we're never going to see again.
Yeah.
And you know what they should have done for Doctor Strange was done the little cameo thing with different versions of heroes we know,
Mm.
and then yeah, that's where I don't really know what's going with that.
Yeah, but like it
But,
wasn't
my
done
point,
very well.
Yeah, my point stands. It's like if you
This was probably the best cameo movie I've seen.
It handled it
yeah,
very well.
not a single cameo was without merit. I
Yeah.
think Endgame. I think it handled cameos better than Endgame.
Yeah.
I think Endgame handled it badly, but I agree that
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
better.
no, they weren't bad at all. They weren't
But
bad
like
at
there are certainly a lot of examples where it isn't handled very well. I'd say the three movies that handle it well are this, Endgame, and Spider-Man 3. I'd say those
all.
three
Yeah,
handle it
I agree with
well,
that.
and then you've got the likes of Doctor Strange.
Bad.
Bad. Is there any other examples that I can't?
There's no major cameos.
No, not
Yeah.
nothing that's like
Huge.
yeah.
Nothing to this level.
There's a chance we're getting some more.
Well, you actually got Infinity War.
Well,
To an extent.
it's not really more.
They weren't really cameos. They were just lots
Yeah.
of characters.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
We've got,
we're about to get two more. Obviously, we now know the new titles of the Avengers films
Wait,
coming up.
before we move on,
Yeah, back to
we
Deadpool.
need to actually finish.
finish
Oh,
the
Deadpool.
review.
Yeah, well,
Obviously,
I think we've
touched on most of
I think
those.
we've touched on the cameos. Let's brush past that. now.
I did like the fact that obviously a Doctor Strange of some kind, maybe not Doctor Strange, but a
was referenced.
Sorcerer Supreme maybe. Although we did see the cloak in Cassandra Nova's base.
I missed that.
I missed that.
And obviously also the
The
sling ring had the time stone
and the reality.
stone.
That's why she was able to travel through
Yes.
universes.
Yeah.
I do think the TVA helped her out with that though.
I think
Maybe sent that Doctor Strange there potentially.
no, because I was slightly confused by that because the Infinity Stones aren't supposed to work.
In other universes.
Yeah,
But it's the void,
Best, it's best
so-
not to think about it.
Yeah.
But it's like Loki struggled so much to get out of the void.
Hmm. But you didn't have.
But there was no
sling ring,
Infinity
I
Stones
guess.
in the void. We never saw an Infinity Stone in the void, so maybe the void it does work, and it's
Well,
just a TV.
And also, to be fair, they do collect the Infinity Stones and keep them in the TVA, so maybe.
Yeah. But also, the TVA is magic proof, isn't it? They said that it was like magic proof.
No, because they switched it off. They can switch it off because remember when it was failing in Loki season 2,
Yes.
Yeah.
and they were like, yeah, we'll switch it off, and Loki's like, do it, you idiot, so I can use my powers. And
Yeah.
that's how he managed to.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
does-
so maybe they switched it off.
Maybe they switched it back on, or like there's a filter for.
We
certain
never
beings.
saw an Infinity Stone with the filter off. So again, we never.
Yeah.
There is a bit of a loophole they can kind of go down there.
I think we need to ignore the Infinity Stones not working properly outside
Yeah.
of the universe because
I
that
agree.
has only been mentioned in What If
Yeah.
once, just to try and explain Ultron's
Mm.
power. In every other project, the Infinity Stones have worked perfectly outside of the universe.
No,
So
it
I
was in
think-
Loki that they didn't work. They worked outside of his universe in What If.
Yeah, because
Ultron could.
Ultimate Ultron goes out of the universes.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I think I was talking about the Infinity Stone grinder that didn't work because they're not the same stones. But yeah, Loki that said that one.
Loki
I don't know.
was
Sorry,
Loki,
guys.
yeah. It was that's fine. But I like the Cassandra Nova character.
I think she played that
Good
very
performance.
well.
Yeah, great performances all round.
I liked how grotesque her powers were.
With the gang in the head.
In their head physically. Oh.
Kind of weird.
And then when they ragdolled, what was his name?
Paradox.
Paradox. When she was just dragging him by his head.
That did look a bit. Was it you who said this to earlier?
Me.
It was you.
We were talking about the CGI. There was only really 2 or 3 moments where the CGI wasn't.
It's a bit skew-if.
It was 2 Wolverine moments, and then obviously when they ragdolled.
Well,
Paradox.
the only Wolverine moment I remember that
Was the
a
bus
bit
one?
skew-if was when he jumped out of the bus.
There was one before.
Don't think I remember it.
No, but I do remember there being one before. Obviously Stanley referenced on the bus.
Yep.
Was
Very
he?
well done.
Yep.
Yep.
He was on the poster on the bus.
Ugh.
And there was the poster on the back
I
of the
missed a
bus
lot.
was I believe it was one of the similar photographers that have worked on
Yeah.
the project before who unfortunately passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also in the credits, as well
Yeah.
as Rob Delaney's son, I believe it was. He
Yeah.
was credited as well.
I also like the fact that I liked Nice Pool. I thought that was a fun touch.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
Just
thought
fun.
Deadpool, like our Deadpool, was a prick in this film.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. But at the same time, he was the most. It's the most Deadpool
Yeah.
we've had.
Oh, 100%.
Like Deadpool in the comics just doesn't care for
Yeah.
human life. Actually, no, he does if it's someone close to him.
Mm-hmm.
If
Everyone else doesn't. Matter.
If you're a hero or a villain, if you're in his way, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Which I liked, but I didn't.
Which he did do in this movie.
I didn't like seeing it happen.
Mm.
But I was like, yeah, okay, this is far closer to Deadpool.
I mean, this Deadpool. I don't know how much you know of the comics, but it's Sad Clown Deadpool. It's the Deadpool who has a daughter in the comics.
Who?
I forget, Ellie is her name, I think.
Yes, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's the when he's
Which
has a
Deadpool?
It's our Deadpool.
Is it?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
In the movie, he was more based off of.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry.
So yeah,
God,
because he has a
what
family
is
that
it?
he kind of cares about.
Yeah.
He's got Preston and Ellie.
Yeah, in
and
the comics he has that.
He's married to Sheikla. That era, this is what this Deadpool reminds you of. Cause
Yeah,
because
I can
he's
see
got
that,
his
I can see
family
that.
with that.
He has a
lot.
family. He has people he cares about.
Exactly.
I actually don't really know other than Deadpool's relationship with Spider-Man. That's not really. I don't really know anything else about Deadpool.
Yeah.
He has a wife.
Yeah.
So you remember that you saw the Deadpool with like a robotic suit on.
Yeah.
That Deadpool 2099. That's his daughter who he has with Sheikla, not Ellie, different daughter. And then Ellie is like his daughter with some woman I never really.
You never really see her.
I never really see her.
So there's Lady Pool, which
Lady
is played
Pool's
by Blake
Blake
Lively.
Lively.
I kind of wanted to be played by Ryan Reynolds.
Cowboy Pool.
No.
More funny.
Cowboy
Cowboy
Pool
Pool,
is Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey. That was.
Which
that was
I,
cool.
but so
That's
okay.
just cool, though.
Forgive me for being ungrateful, but I would have liked to have seen both of them with the mask off.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, you got Matthew McConaughey there. I'm like, I want to see him.
Yeah, but
It's
the thing is,
Matthew
he's so
McConaughey.
iconic. He's so iconic for his voice, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, he was like, I'm on, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
I didn't
I was
know.
like, I knew it straight away. I knew
How
it
do you
straight
not
away.
know?
No, I knew McConaughey, but I
Oh.
didn't know the Lady Pool because it could have been Blake Lively. It could have
No,
been.
it was obviously going to be Blake Lively.
Or it could have been Lady.
Also,
not
Could have been Taylor.
Kid Pool
Taylor
was their daughter, and Baby Pool was their other.
No, Kid Pool was.
It was their daughter.
No, the no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Well, there was another one. There was 2 Kid Pools there.
Yeah, they were both their kids.
I thought there was one with Walker. Scott.
No. We thought it was going to be, but it's not.
I think it is, mate. I think it is.
I'm pretty certain it's
I'm pretty certain
both his
it's.
kids.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
I do believe-
Baby Pool.
No, I might be wrong, but
Baby Pool is
Scott-
definitely the youngest.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure Kid Pool was their daughter.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's their daughter.
I thought it was a bloke.
No, it's a girl. It's their daughter. 100%.
The-
It's a
right.
girl's voice.
Both their kids are definitely in it. I thought that
Obviously
this Kid
Mullin
Pool-
Is Welsh Pool.
Paul Mullin. I
Paul
wasn't
Mullin's Welsh
expecting
Pool. That was pretty cool.
And then obviously Ollie Palmer was in the background in the bar.
Yeah, and
You knew that already.
McElhenney was one of the TVA agents.
He got cut. His scenes got cut.
Did they?
Because he was supposed to be in the void.
What's his name?
Rob,
sorry?
not Rob.
Paul-
Dylan.
Rob McHell.
Rob McElhenney.
McElhenney.
His scenes got cut.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
So like, he must be.
It is okay. Fair enough. My bad. It was they changed the cast. on
And then
it.
Headpool was
It's fucking Nathan Fillion.
Nathan
Yeah.
Fillion.
What?
He's
He didn't sound
in
anything like him.
everything.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Not to sound ungrateful for me now, but I wanted Headpool to be the cut off head.
Me
from
too. Me too.
From
I did as
X-
well. I did
X
as
Men
well.
Origins.
I think-
Oh, yeah.
so did I. I actually thought that was what it was going to be. It's
Same.
just let's just pretend that it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
But also, what was I going to say? I've completely forgot what I was going to say.
Nah, my brain's not working today.
Yeah.
mate.
Headpool. Oh no, Nathan Fillion. What was the crime when he's a writer show that he was in? I loved. Oh my god, I
I
forgot.
have no idea what you're on about.
Sounds like it's not relevant.
Yeah,
I know, but it's just a fun memory.
He's a writer.
He was a writer in the show.
Was it called The Rookie?
No.
No.
The Rookie's awesome.
No.
me.
It's like loads of seasons of it, but anyway.
But yeah, should
Who
we?
else is there? I'm trying to think.
I think that was it. That was all the major ones.
I keep trying to find. I'm trying to find.
Well, there was the Russian.
the orchestral.
We've
like,
the
got to
Russian.
mention the Russian.
just interrupt me. That's fine.
Horse
I
Fight
don't
Lock.
know what you're saying. Go on.
I said I was trying to find Like a Prayer by Madonna, like the orchestral choir version at the end of the film when they're getting annihilated from existence. Convenient that they have healing factors and the healing factors overrides
It's because there was two of them.
the power of
The
love.
power of love.
Like a Prayer.
Very convenient, but I was.
I also don't care.
the way
I'm
that-
like,
It's
such a
I'm
cool
like, it
scene
was
though as
fine.
well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When-
yeah.
when,
and I don't want to know. And they just come out and like,
Yeah, that was that. I was.
that was cool.
You know
yeah.
the TVA agent who's kind of gawking at Wolverine? That was me that entire scene.
Oh yeah.
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 Uh,
And then
I like
Peter was funny.
Peter was
He's like,
funny.
"Hey, we all have a
He
Peter.
has got humongous balls.
I didn't even notice that until someone told. I
You
wasn't.
not, how do
looking-
you not notice that was the first thing you noticed?
Because I wasn't looking at his crotch, mate.
Actually, big balls.
No, in the movie when he's wearing the Deadpool suit and his nuts are just there on the show.
Oh.
I missed it.
It's like two tennis
So-
balls in his crotch.
So me and Rue, we were
I
not
was
looking
looking
at
at
his
other parts
crotch.
of the film, mate.
No, because obviously he has the. Do you remember how he was like, "Oh, my friend has
The nipple tassels.
bits-
Yeah.
nipple
And then
bits
cuts to
and
him.
stuff,
It's just
and
like,
it's
don't. Alright, we don't need to reenact the noise.
yeah,
No.
but that was good. I enjoyed that.
Shall we?
I liked also just quickly because we
Yeah,
never actually touched on the high school bit.
Poor bloke.
It was funny how obviously
Regenerate?
he's like regenerate,
Deadpool's like,
and then
"Oh."
Deadpool just murders him. Don't know how his head exploded though.
It's probably just a
Just
Big
just,
bloke.
just,
probably
just
just
fun.
cowboy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
The golden Uzi.
wait, no, just
Oh
just-
yeah,
but then the fact that they kill all the Deadpools, right?
Yeah.
And then
They all just started getting back
he
up.
was like, oh, I guess they all done.
bollocks.
Yeah, that was good. It's just funny.
I mean, I want to kind of move on to our favourite moments and like ratings and stuff, but there is one more
Yeah.
thing that we do have to talk about because it is. I'd go along the lines of saying it was orgasmic.
I told you you'd come on this podcast. I said this before we came in.
I was like, of course he's going to come on the podcast. Like, who else is going to do it?
Yeah, true.
But then you meant,
No, move on.
I'm not
That's for
going
the
to
that's
ask.
for the audience
Don't
to
want to know.
decide.
Don't want to know. The fucking mask was perfect. I have been waiting
Yeah,
for
yeah,
12
I-
Oh,
fucking
the mask,
years
yeah,
for this.
the mask,
Get it.
The mask was great. The
Mask was
Break
very,
it down,
very good.
make it into a liquid,
Digs
inject
a
it into
Batman
my
as well.
fucking veins. Oh my god, it was so
Hmm?
good.
Do you want to shoot? I think we should let him continue for now.
Yeah, we'll,
God.
we'll
be
head
back.
off.
We'll be back. Yeah.
I wasn't lying when I said it was like orgasmic. This is the
It
greatest
was
thing.
good. It was
good.
This has made my life worth living. Genuinely. I'd go that far. It's that good.
Hey,
it's mate. a
simple thing.
Mwah. So good.
Ratings.
I wonder about. I want us to do ratings, but I want us to pair our ratings with our favourite moment or scene. Okay?
I can't
So-
take.
Yeah, you can.
You're actually gonna have to, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, apologies.
But your favourite moment, and then what you'd rate the film out of 10.
You go first, mate. I think you've got your answer already.
Yeah.
I do have my favourite answer. And this is personal just to me, is that when they first arrive in the void and they face off and they start playing Hell's Bells in the background and then they have this amazingly choreographed fight scene where he's like going down on all fours and stuff. It's so well done, the perfect music,
There's a lot about this film that I just
Yeah.
went straight over my head.
But
Like,
it's
not
so-
because it was complicated.
There
I
was
think
there was so much going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Something that like.
I would say
there
it
was
was.
something
I
happening
would
every
say it
scene.
was a little bit messy plot-wise. That's okay. We'll gloss past that because it's nothing wrong with it. I just think messy as in. I think that was,
So
that was
much going
intentional.
on.
Yeah, there's a lot going
So,
on.
my favourite moment and then my score.
Giving it a full 10.
Full 10.
Oh my
The so happy with that.
All right,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question? This is not a dig. Is
Sure.
there not a bit of recency bias in that?
Potentially.
Okay, that's fair. At least
My-
you acknowledged it. At least you acknowledged it. Yeah, yeah.
Potentially.
That's fair.
I'm so happy I don't give a shit at this point. Like, that's what movies are supposed to do, make you feel happy.
No, I
I'm
agree. I
so
completely agree with
happy.
that. Henry, just talk about something else in the film whilst I think.
What else happened?
I
Shit.
know my rating.
Go on, why don't you do your... Yeah.
So my rating's like 9.5.
Oh, I'm going way lower than you guys, but it's not a bad thing.
Because just enjoyed it start to finish. Happily watch that again anytime soon. The only quarrels I have with it are quite minor. Like, there won't be. I don't think I could ever watch a 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah,
I don't think I could ever rate a movie 10 out of 10.
There's only 2 films I've ever seen in my life that I've given 10 out of 10. Except obviously on Letterboxd I've given 5-star films, but like my true 10 out of 10s are.
What
We'll save that for another video. No, we'll save that for another
Well, I'll
video.
drop them in very quickly. Interstellar and Good Will Hunting.
Fair enough.
I
want to break that down further.
in
but we'll do it
terms of
tomorrow.
favourite,
yeah.
I just
Yeah, we should just do a generic one, shouldn't we?
Yeah,
Just
really.
the
a
fight.
generic
Yeah, the
episode.
fight scene when they first fight is pretty cool. We didn't touch on Sabretooth getting beheaded.
This is the question I had for you. Is that the same actor? Because I can't
Same
Same actor,
tell.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Clearly the same actor.
Well, that's what I thought, but then again,
Right.
everyone else was like...
Don't be a dick.
You're always a dick.
Yeah, exactly. It's for me to be.
It's his job to
Um,
bully me, not yours.
I was the OG on this podcast that bullied Henry, right?
No,
Take a step back.
Try
No.
again.
I was the OG on this podcast that bullied Henry.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't say it was you.
Who was it?
Dan.
Probably the Red Show, yeah.
Or Henry as well.
But in terms of favourite scene, oh,
Forgot about it.
so difficult. Probably just how stupid and the music as well in the background when his shirt vaporizes off his chest.
When you come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just when they're saving the universe.
I do like that scene.
It's just.
If I say that, people are gonna be like, Rory's gay.
Yeah, well, I'm quite happy with my sexuality.
No,
I
me
don't
too.
care.
I think
I really enjoyed. Like, it was just a good ending.
I-
It was just a good
I'm
ending.
very
I
much
actually think I'm going to agree with you. I think that's my favorite scene. It was very. I knew he was going to like.
Knew it was gonna happen.
I knew he was going to
Yeah.
bust through the door. Probably
Yeah.
shouldn't use that adjective. So sorry. My bad. I knew he was going to get through the door. I knew he was going to grab him, and like it was. And
knew it was gonna
I
happen.
liked how they used a song that was very very much a Deadpool song,
Mm.
whilst also giving it that like effect. And you got the little bit of the humour when Deadpool looks at his abs,
Yeah.
all 100 of them, and then sorry, this is my. Phew.
That was good.
And then when like we get flashbacks to Logan actually
Yeah.
like his actual life and his like the important stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's what this sort of film's about. I think. I think that I think the last 2 Deadpool films didn't do it as well as this one, but they managed to balance Deadpool's fourth wall breaking very well with the seriousness of the plot. Because I really didn't like the way the first and second one did it, because I'm like, I can't align myself with this character when they go through the worst of things, look at the camera and then go, "Ugh."
I
You know.
really liked the fox when he breaks the camera.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
Fuck you, fox! I'm coming
Yeah,
to Marvel.
That
That was good.
That was
Yeah.
good. But I do think that they balanced that really well
Yeah.
this time, because
Oh.
even though there were fourth wall breaks,
Mm.
it didn't take me out of the film. It didn't make me
Yeah.
feel any like Deadpool's character interactions were any less
the nice,
important.
the
Nice
nice
pull one.
fourth wall break.
It just turns, it goes,
The
the
proposal.
proposal.
It's like I can generally soft have the fourth wall or whatever it was,
Yeah.
and then when didn't Deadpool go, what the fuck was that? But I think
everyone did. That was the
but
point.
even Deadpool was like, I don't know that fourth wall break.
Yeah.
So it's like nice ball actually transcended
Yeah.
a little bit.
There were a lot of moments which were very much aimed at like the kind of 40-year-old mum enjoying it.
This was very much a Ryan Reynolds doing whatever the fuck he
Yeah.
wanted,
Yeah.
and I'm all for that. Let him do it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my favourite.
rating.
I think that was my favourite scene as well. I'm gonna go with that one. Or like just the entrances of Electric,
Oh,
and
oh,
Blaze.
yeah.
But I still think I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tom knows that I'm very strict
Yeah.
with
Mm,
marking
that's
films,
fair, yeah.
but it's a good thing. Like I barely no films.
We
get
were
a
going to
10.
mellow us out because I'm going to overrate it. He's going to be about right, and you're going to underrate.
So no films are 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barely any are 9. 8 means it's very bloody good. So I'm giving it 7.5.
Okay.
But
What
in,
did you
but
give-
in no
what
way,
did you
shape,
give
or
the
You
other
gave the Acolyte like a 6.
Yeah. Yeah. So I rescind my Acolyte rating. Remove it and put it down to 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Just because I actually did end up finishing it. For those who watched the Acolyte episode, you should know that the two of us never actually finished it.
We
I did finish it. We ended up finishing it after the episode.
That night.
Yeah, I don't know when it was.
Yeah.
But I actually, like, fair play to you. You bigged it up a little
You
bit,
sold it really well.
and I ended up not liking it anywhere near as
Okay.
much, which is like fair enough.
Yeah, you hadn't seen it, had you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my rating for Acolyte is maybe 4.5.
So-
Well, I gave the boys an 8.
Nah, I gave the boys a 7.
7. What did I give it? Did I-
Actually, yeah, I'll give Deadpool and Wolverine an 8. I'll give Deadpool and
Yeah.
Wolverine an 8
And,
because
okay.
that makes it look like my ratings are very
Okay.
inconsistent otherwise. I'll
Let-
give it an 8.
Yeah.
I will go away in the background and do the maths
Yeah.
because we don't have it to
What did
hand.
you say? 10.
I give it 10. Yeah.
You said 9.5. So it'd be 9.25.
Yeah.
Let's
I'll
try.
go-
I want to do that now, really quick.
Okay.
Talk amongst
Alright,
yourselves.
so now
I'll do the
we're going to
actual
talk about
you go
RDJ.
first, so the other films. Yes.
Oh, are we not doing a different episode for this, or is we?
No,
we'll
no,
just,
no.
we'll just brush on it because this is coming out Saturday.
Yeah. What are your kind of because just for those at home who don't know, who should know
They
by
have
now,
to be so careful.
basically
Shit movie.
they've renamed this next Avengers film to Avengers Doomsday
9.16.
instead of whatever it was before. Before, so it'll be Doomsday and Secret Wars, and we're going to have Doctor Doom as the main villain, and he is going to be played by the one, the only Robert Downey Jr. Which
Maybe.
No, he is. Yeah.
No, but like it could be a
They-
version.
something like that.
It could be a version.
that's it. But
Yeah.
I think the only way for this to be done properly and
Please
done
don't say
well
what I think you're about to say.
is to never have him take his mask off. I don't want to see Robert.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Though, actually.
Disagree.
That's
You
what I
can't.
said.
But like, they know what they're doing casting RDJ. They are not just going to go, let's cast RDJ and not have him take his mask off. It's the whole multiversal variant thing. That is going to be the subplot
I don't
in
want it to
him
be.
looking
don't
like
like
Tony
it,
Stark.
I wouldn't.
No, I
I
just
don't
don't
want
like it.
that. And I think it could ruin his legacy if it's just his
No,
voice and his presence and his
But
acting. stuff.
how worried were you about Logan's legacy being ruined?
Not at all.
But, yeah, okay.
But also,
Neither was I, actually.
No, I was. I
it's
wasn't
it's
worried
different. I don't know what it
Because I knew it was
feels
going to be
different for
variant.
RDJ.
And also, it's not the same universe.
No.
Really. It ended up being the same universe with Logan, but that was just.
No, but this rendition of Doom is not from not from the Sacred Timeline.
It has to not be. Yeah.
It's from the Fantastic Four universe, the First Steps universe.
Yeah. True.
You think?
Yeah, it's built.
It
Or
can't
do you
not
think?
be. It
Well,
can't
it could
not
be
be.
the original.
No. It can
No. So the
Maybe
Fantastic
not,
Four,
actually.
as you know,
can't
it takes
do that,
place
I'll take that
in a new universe.
Yes, yeah, no, I knew the new
Um,
one does, yeah.
And yeah, Victor Von Doom will 100, and he's. I'm sorry, guys. He's the same age as Pedro,
Yeah.
and like it
God,
works.
yeah,
It
you're
literally
right.
works. I mean, okay, they could have cast someone else the same age as Pedro, and okay, I'm playing devil's advocate here because actually, if I'm completely honest, I'm not a huge fan of the casting, but if they are going to full send it and fully commit, I don't think him having his mask on the whole time is going to work. Or at the very least, it gets knocked off and like Tom Holland's like,
But I don't want the what the fuck. The what the fuck is pointless
The
and
what the fuck can
boring.
work,
and I
though.
just
it
not
would
Because-
work. It's the whole
because-
point, it's multiversal variants.
Yeah.
I'm not-
But
it would shake up the whole
It still
team.
needs to be Victor Von Doom.
Oh yeah, he's not. He's
It
not
cannot
Tony
be
Stark.
Tony
He's
Stark.
No, it's no.
They-
But we know
They said he's Victor Von Doom.
It's like in
They didn't say
C-
Doctor Doom. They said
It's like in the
Victor Von Doom.
CW Flash where
Saboteur.
no, Saboteur's actually a variant of.
what is it?
Barry.
Remnant.
But I'm talking about Jay Garrick and Barry's dad. Two different universes look the same.
But Barry's dad
different
was never a
people.
pivot. It never made that universe.
but it's
this
still
is
different
Iron Man,
people.
Robert Downey Jr.
I
And
know,
there was that- and there was-
I'm with him on that one actually. Barry's dad as important to Barry's story, but he wasn't like the show wasn't called Barry's dad. It
No.
was called The Flash.
I'm not.
This is Iron Man. Iron
We
Man.
gave-
I'm
has been-
saying I
We gave Iron Man the perfect send off. I don't want to. I don't want to dig up his grave.
No,
No,
we're not touching Iron Man. We're
I'm
touching
saying I
Von
want
Doom.
them to do it the same way where it's touched on and he's like, oh, you look like my dad, but it doesn't matter to the rest of the story.
I hope so. It can't
That's-
matter to the rest of the
that's the
story. It can't. If it does, it's
No, yeah,
stupid.
I want that, but I do want it to be a little bit of a subplot. Just in that it's not just simply mentioned. I want him to take his mask, or his mask comes off,
Or they try
and the Sacred Timeline
try and bring him
Avengers
back. Maybe
see him and go. Look, if they freeze, maybe
Or they try and win him over.
or maybe yeah, and he's like, I'm not your Tony Stark or some stupid.
Yeah.
But there has to be a part of it, and it can't not be. There's no way Marvel are going to not.
You're
address it.
probably
No
right.
way in hell.
You're probably right, but I think that's the stupid way of doing it personally. I'd want to see his performance without having to do the whole you're
What-
Tony Stark.
One
But they can do that for most of the
one thing I
movie.
will add as well, regardless of the plot of the film,
Mm.
is they've made a big fuss about how one of the best actors in the world. You can't have one of the best actors in the world and not have his face for facial
Yeah, you're
expressions.
probably right.
Because as much as the
Can.
No, you can, but like
It's a risk.
it's RDJ. Like
Yeah.
his facial expressions are so good.
Yeah.
And same with going back to Deadpool Wolverine really quick. Like I would have preferred the last scene for his mask to have been destroyed as well, so he could get his like face with his performance in his face.
Who's this?
Wolverine,
Oh yeah.
when all his clothes blew off. I think his mask should have gone off as well.
No, but I think that was the whole point. Is
No,
that
I know. It was just the top. Like
Yeah.
it was a gag. I get
Yeah.
that. But I'm saying performance wise, you
Yeah.
can't have RDJ behind a mask with no.
Well, that's why
with
you
no
never had
facial
Hugh Jackman
expressions.
behind the box, isn't it? Because it's Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Well, you proved my point.
Yeah.
You proved my
See,
point.
Yeah, whatever.
I do think it was a very weird move.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily excited.
No.
I'm interested
The
to see where it's going to
the
go.
only reason I think this can work is it's Robert Downey Jr.
His performance will be
In
fantastic.
terms of
Yeah. It is.
if they brought back anyone else, I'm not sure it works in any way, shape, or form.
So it was going to be called.
Yeah, they're not just going to be like, yeah, we're announcing
Chris
fucking-
Evans.
Yeah, we'd all be like,
What the fuck?
yeah.
But it's because it's Robert Downey Jr. There's hope
Yeah.
because he's
At
so
least we're going to
good.
get a fantastic performance. No matter
Yes.
what. Yeah.
And he knows Marvel. He knows how to act.
No
in
pun
Marvel.
intended.
What did he say?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. He said fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Wasn't intentional anyway.
I know.
But I think
The
that
best
like,
jokes they wrote.
we're really touching on this because it's pretty big Marvel news.
It's come out
Yeah,
in the last
agreed.
in the last 48
It's
hours.
worth
What
mentioning.
else was there Marvel wise? Obviously there was the San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah, so the Fantastic Four had some new footage released.
Well,
Apparently the
somebody
thing looks
stole
very
it.
comic. I haven't seen the.
He looks incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
Just his silhouette. We never actually.
his silhouette,
we
yeah.
You
never
see his
actually
eyes.
Don't remember. No, that's Galactus, mate.
Sorry, I thought you
And
were talking about
Galactus looks good as well.
Everyone's like, why is he so small? I'm like, God, he can change his eyes. Like,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
There you go.
cool.
End of that.
Nice. Yeah, Ben Grimm looks like he's probably going to be done very well.
It is confirmed, absolute 100%, that the Fantastic Four are going to be, obviously, in their own solo film and in both the next Avengers films.
Yeah, we knew that was probably going to be the case.
I think
Especially with
that,
Pedro
I think
Pascal.
they are going to be.
Cool.
I think they're going to be. I think they're going to get the most screen time
I
in
think
the next Avengers.
I
films.
think that the casting, as much as there's worries about it, I quite like them.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue with it.
No.
Especially. I mean, I did look at some of the footage that made its way out of the All H.
All H. Yeah.
I can't imagine in the setting, in the way that it's like a 60s,
Yeah.
futuristic 60s, and I don't see anybody else. I don't see anybody else being able to encapsulate a vibe like that other than Pedro.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. This is
Like,
what
I
I'm
don't
thinking
see,
about.
that's why. Yeah,
like
so
John
I will
Krasinski.
agree with you on that one. I don't think John Krasinski would have been able. Oh, sorry.
He would have.
He definitely would have done, but I'm happy with Pedro.
Yeah, I think Pedro is a better choice with that style of film that they want to do.
Yeah, Sue Storm, fine.
Yeah.
The Thing, fine. I mean,
Yeah.
so I know Joseph Quinn is an incredible actor.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think he is just completely slept on. I think
Yeah.
everyone's just like, oh, he's Eddie from Stranger Things.
No, he's got so many. He's coming out in the new Gladiator.
The new
2.
Gladiator.
That
I've not seen A
looks-
Quiet Place, but he looks great. It seems like it's a great
Yeah.
performance in that.
Gladiator 2 looks
I-
sick.
Yeah, it really does.
That
From,
looks so
from the
good.
test footage, I know it's only early, but I don't think it's going to be the same Johnny Storm as the last two films where he's the cocky kind of.
He better be.
He has to be.
I need Johnny Storm.
He doesn't look
You
like
need
Johnny
Johnny
Storm was like
Storm.
one of my. So he's not now, but he was like when I was a kid. And like I said, with the
Yeah.
like the Deadpool Wolverine, with all the Fox stuff, like the Fox universe was my childhood.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Fox films was my
same.
childhood, not the MCU.
Also, in the comics, he
And
is
Johnny
Mr.
Storm.
I know
Johnny
he
Storm
is.
was my favourite.
Yeah.
But from the
He's
test
got
footage,
the
he doesn't look. I know it's early, so but
He
it could
did
be
look
that-
a bit. He did look a bit shy and quiet.
That's what I was saying.
But it's because he didn't get any screen. Because they only. I think. Yeah, I don't really
a
know.
couple of scenes.
They haven't
with it.
actually started shooting it. It's test footage at the end of the day.
Is it? I thought it was.
No, they haven't properly started shooting. I don't think.
I thought
That was like a
2 weeks
mini
of-
trailer,
Yeah, but it's.
and they were in it. Like
Well,
they were
'cause
wearing
I saw the
costumes.
interview where they were saying like they've only really like they've tried on the costumes and stuff. It's not a thing. I think it's just practice scenes.
Talking myself,
I'm pretty sure it's just practice. It's not shooting. Does that make
I
sense?
think that you're both. I think it is shooting, but it's literally like a week or 2 weeks worth of shooting.
Yeah, I think it's literally the start.
Yeah.
It is.
They are
filming,
shooting.
They are shooting.
That's our.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, that's
Yeah.
producer.
No.
How long have they been shooting for?
Not long. So
Like, are we talking about days or weeks?
Probably 2 weeks.
A month.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%
Yeah,
not
exactly.
test footage. That's definitely content from the film.
Agreed,
Yeah,
but it's just they
I think
haven't
they might
done
just
it.
quote
It's
it as test.
it's test footage
Yeah.
to test to see if everyone hates it.
Yeah,
exactly.
and I think
Not actually
then-
like it's
And
not
no
like
one does
it's not
hate
like
it.
the Deadpool stuff
No.
they got leaked,
I do.
which Ryan actually
But this is
He would
why
never
I-
admit it, but
he did.
This
He
is-
did.
Oh yeah, he admitted
Joe-
it was the lie detector.
It's a lie
test.
detector, a Vanity Fair lie
Yeah.
detector. He goes, I may or may not have been involved, and Hugh Jackman was like, I can't believe you actually said that.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck.
but he's all we've already knew.
But like, you're not what
he
you're
was
gonna.
involved.
He would have been given the all clear to say that as well, by the way.
I don't think he would have cared. I really.
I don't think he would have cared.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. He
Yeah.
would have been given the all clear to say it, but he
Yeah.
wasn't given the all clear to leak it. So
No,
I don't
no.
think. Anyway, sorry.
No, but
sorry.
he's made a lot of money,
But
so that's
he's
what
now
they
made
don't
them
care.
shit tons of money. So I mean, I think
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they don't
They've
mind
already
him
forgiven
saying.
him.
I
it
mean,
now.
he is he's Marvel Jesus, so he can do what he wants.
He is Mark
Agreed,
Jesus.
yeah.
I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, I think
I do like the direction that the MCU is going with
Agreed.
Deadpool 3. Fantastic Four looks good. I'm unsure about how Captain America will do.
I'm looking
looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it. I do genuinely believe this though, and you have to forgive me for being a pessimist, but I just have this feeling that
It's
it's
not
going to
gonna
be
be great.
that it's going to be
Mid.
fucking dreadful.
I think it's gonna be dreadful. I think it'll be mid.
I think it is going to be. It just doesn't. What do you think about the new Captain America trailer? It could be good.
Yeah,
it
it's
could
so
be good.
50-50.
That's why I have trust issues with the MCU
Yeah,
films
so
now.
many.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like-
I liked
But they
the
definitely
show.
taken a new direction.
The Wood
Yeah,
Soldier.
they've got their ideas up a bit because
Yeah.
they were still dealing with the fallout of the previous bloke that was
Who
like
said, just
deep quality over quantity over quality.
quantity over
Yeah.
He literally said that. That's a direct quote.
I think
what
we're.
are you doing, man?
I think we're okay. I think I like all the characters that from this kind of universe. I like the new Cap. I like the new Falcon. I like Bucky.
I think it's been steadily good since Endgame. That's good. That made me
No,
laugh.
But
I, the Captain America Winter Soldier was actually one of my highlights of this kind of era. I did quite like that TV show quite a lot. And then
What, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
that's what I was
very
trying
gritty.
to say.
yeah.
I did. Don't,
Yeah, I
the
like
shows the shows haven't been awful. I don't think.
I don't think
first
any
two
of them.
were
I don't
good.
think any
No.
project's been awful. I just think they've just been very subpar.
Yeah.
And that's been because of the quality. Sorry,
Quantity of
quantity. I'm not used to saying it that way around. That's because of the quantity over quality.
But they have definitely taken a step back, slowed things down.
Yeah, and but because obviously when they started production on the bad stuff, they'd started making them, and
Yeah.
then the guy got fired. So even if they'd fired him 3 years ago, we'd still have those projects being pumped out because they're in production.
I think
So now we're getting to a point where we're actually leaving those behind and
Yeah,
we're getting to the
that's
good
it.
stuff
I do think
again.
we're moving forward.
Cap,
I do
Cap
think so.
4
I do think
is
so.
beyond that.
I think this. I do agree, but I think in order for
This could be the last one.
this is the last chance.
Yeah. Last chance.
As in the sense that this one has to be good in order for the rest of them to follow.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think
But also,
if this one is
no, but
bad,
I-
I'm just going to be like,
For me though, I think this could be the last one of those Bad Batch. Does that make
oh
sense?
yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
But I don't think it's the last chance.
No, did I say last chance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant it in the sense of like, it's like it's the last chance, as in nothing afterwards can be bad.
Yes.
I don't see a
Oh,
scenario.
is it last chance? As in this is the last one that can be bad.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah. I don't see a scenario where the new Fantastic Four is going to be anywhere but good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
agreed.
anything worse than good. It has to be good because it's probably
They've done the right stuff.
it's probably the most important project for Marvel since Iron Man, because it's Marvel's first family.
Yeah.
They're probably the most.
They're very
iconic.
integral. Yeah.
Like I'd say you've got Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, and Fantastic Four.
Yeah. In terms of actual comics.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And
I'd
so
put
they
X-Men in there as
they
well.
need to put some care and love.
I'd put X-Men in there as well. to be
And
honest.
X-Men. Yeah, but they're doing alright with that right now.
They
Yeah,
are
yeah, but
X-Men
I'm
are
talking
nice.
about like just most iconic,
Oh.
like just ever, like
Ever.
Superman,
I'd still
Batman,
put-
Spider-Man.
I'd
I'd
still
say
put
fantastic.
X-Men up there as
It's
well.
up
Not
there.
not on the same, but I'd
Do you
still put
remember
them in that
his
as a group.
No, sorry, mate.
Oh.
Apologies. I got a gift for you that he gave to me.
X.
To give to you.
Oh yeah.
X-Men. What about?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, X-Men. I think those. I think
realised
those
you were so
are the
into
top.
it.
I think those are the top 5 actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
five.
Superman, Batman,
And then I said
Fantastic
Flash.
Four,
Sick.
and X-Men.
Yeah. Agreed.
I wouldn't
Flash
say- he's not as iconic, I don't think.
He's
No, Flash
most.
isn't as
He's
iconic.
most loved though.
That's what I'm saying about Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I'd say they're the most loved Marvel.
Flash
thing.
DC
Iron Man
wise is
now,
one of
but-
the most loved. I'd say
Yeah.
he's definitely third.
There's a lot of
after Batman,
love.
Superman.
There's a lot of love.
I think
for
Green Lantern's actually pretty up there as well.
I love
Weird.
Green
He
Lantern.
has some. He's
But
had some really good runs, but I'd say overall Flash.
Yeah,
more
no,
recent-
I'm not
Green Lantern
disputing
is
that.
Anyway,
like
we
it's a
are
recent
rambling.
We're
comic.
digressing. Yeah, we're rambling. Sorry, guys.
We do need to wrap this up.
Times.
Bloody hell, it's almost
Times.
30.
Ooh, heck.
We've run.
We
Yeah.
can run and been run.
But thank you very much, guys, for watching. Obviously, let us know if you agree or disagree on these
Or your thoughts down
opinions.
below.
We aren't perfect.
Well,
I am. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.
cheers.